Wow, we did it again, guys. So 91% of accuracy. I'm proud of this game. Welcome back, everyone. For today's video, I'm gonna do a speed run, a 10-minute game where I explain my moves, and I wanna show everybody how you can play solid moves, solid openings, do not play gambits, and still win a lot of games. So I'm gonna play one of my favorite variations, the Slav Defense. Have these three pawns line up. The next thing you want to do, you can almost have it as a setup. You still have to pay attention, right, to the opponent. So here I'm going to develop the knight. Then I'm gonna get my bishop out. Ideally, this square would be good, but I cannot do that anymore. So I'm gonna have to do this. Bishop g4 is still playable. Okay, he's hitting my bishop. I can just go back and then retreat it here. Okay, he's hitting my bishop, but I can come back with tempo. He has to move the queen now. Okay, he's hanging the pawn, right? So I'm just gonna take a pawn. It looks like he's free for the taking. I'm gonna take. Okay, and now he's hitting my queen, right? He's supporting, but I can just move. Actually, if I move here, that will just blunder my rook. My knight, sorry. So I'm gonna move the queen here. And this is getting a little bit sharp. Probably there might have been something I could have played. But I'm still in control, I guess. So now he's hitting my knight. I can go here. And if he takes, I take back with the bishop. So I'm gonna do that. I'm also hitting the queen. So he has to move, she has to move. Okay, so she moved the queen. I can take here. Takes. Okay, as I don't have anything, maybe, I mean, I can take here, but once he takes back, I don't know exactly where my pieces are going. Although this one is also dangerous. So yeah, I have to take here. Maybe we want to be concrete. These two pieces cannot win the game, right? So, well, they can if there were less defenders in the position. So I'm just gonna take and then get my knight out. Okay, getting my knight out, hitting the bishop. He has to move the bishop, only one square. That saves the bishop. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a... I mean, I get her idea, so... But the problem is I can just take with the bishop. I can even take with the pawn, but I don't want to ruin my pawn structure in front of the king. I want to remain it as intact as possible. Yeah, I cannot take here. Wait, I think I can actually take. Takes, and my king moves. That's interesting. I believe that I can take. Okay, guys, I don't... Probably this is a playable move, but just like in the whole speed run, I want to show you first, you don't have to do anything fancy. Yeah, this looks fancy, but this is a very solid move. I'm just gonna retreat my bishop and take with the pawn. This bishop is still hanging. She has to do something about it, right? And all in all, I have all my pawns. All of my pawns are intact, are alive. The bishop is still hanging, so has to do something about it. Okay, so I'm getting my bishop out next. Just continuing development. E6. Maybe I can go here. Yeah, that wasn't such a simple calcul. I mean, it's not that difficult, I guess. Maybe I could have taken. We can check that back when I do the game review. I was thinking about this move, but I get hit immediately with the knight. That's the problem. Yeah, because I want to develop my bishop first, but I'm gonna develop to e7. This is still a solid move, maybe a bit more passive. As predicted, she played this move, right? Knight to e5. She's hitting this pawn, but I'm protected with my bishop, so I don't see a problem there. Now I'm gonna hit his bishop just because she doesn't have a lot of squares, right, for this bishop, and everything is protected. This pawn is protected. This pawn is also protected, and now I can take twice, right? I can take this with I can take back with check. Okay, I'm gonna take here, check. Has to move the king. And maybe I can even try to hit. I don't see the continuation to this though. So after I move my bishop, he moves the rook. Yeah, I don't know. So I believe a very solid move is gonna be bishop to d6, hitting the knight. I cannot allow this knight to live here forever, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Okay. Now there is a threat here. He wants to push h5. I'm gonna push my pawn to stop this threat. And now we are up 3 pawns. It should be enough. We might even count it as 4 pawns because these are double pawns. And yeah, this is a beautiful pawn structure. Okay, he caught my idea. I wanted to play this. So we recalculate. I might have something good here. So I'm gonna go here. I know this move is coming, but we always want to provoke this type of weaknesses, right? We want to provoke the king to be open. Okay, he's making a good move, actually. She's making a good move. Let me think about it for a second. Yeah, I can just go back, right? I can always go back. I was expecting her to push this pawn. That doesn't happen, and doesn't matter because the advantage is still big. She's hitting my... I don't know why she played that. So maybe I can just get my queen out, develop, and then try to win this pawn. I can always go here to not have the pawn. I can also play this, I believe. King d7. This is a threat, right? I can take back with the pawn, but that would weaken these 4 pawns. Maybe I have to find a way to protect this position. So maybe even castle. I'm gonna castle. I'm hoping I'm not risking more this position. It looks a bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. But if he goes here, I can just take with the bishop, right? So I might be afraid of an idea like this, but she still has to move this bishop somewhere and then connect his rooks. So that's gonna take a few moves, probably 3-4 moves. She was deep in the tank. She finally made a move. Okay, I wasn't quite expecting this, but maybe I can bring my queen out, attack this pawn, and if she takes this, I think I'm actually happy because I can open up the position for my rooks. So I'm gonna bring the queen here. So if he takes, I go here, and I'm also coordinating the bishop with the rook, right? We have the right triangle. So it's not, I don't think this is necessarily a blunder. Instead I'm going for piece activity. So I want to activate my rooks. And I also want to keep this queen out of the game, right? I don't want the queen to be here on this side of the board because that will be dangerous. Instead I'm gonna bring my queen. Now thinking about this, I think a better move with the bishop would have been to go here. And if threatening to go here, right? For example, then she could have castled, put her 2 rooks here. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just giving ideas for white. Ooh, that's spicy. Wow. I didn't think about that. That's actually really good. So now she's protecting this pawn and attacking my bishop. So I guess I'm gonna have to take. Wow, this is at least an original idea. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't think about this. Maybe it's a blunder. Probably premature now that I think about it and I see it. It might have been premature, but I don't know, right? At least it's like she was reading my mind, where she is keeping her queen active. Well, not anymore now. But okay, I guess I can still hit this pawn and this pawn. So what is more important? Usually it's gonna be the central pawn. I can throw in this move, maybe, but I don't have to rush it or do anything. I also want to keep an eye on everything here. I'm also hitting the rook, hitting this pawn. So this should be winning. Okay, now unfortunately the rook is hanging, so I'm gonna take here. I'm gonna go back. Probably there is... no, actually I can win this pawn. Let me see. Let me think for a second. Yeah, I can win this pawn with a tempo. And now I can offer the trade of queens, right? King here and pawn. So yeah, I'm gonna offer the trade of queens. I'm gonna remove this. And she blundered the queen. So okay, I'm gonna take the queen. We might see resignation, or as commonly we have seen in this channel, abandonment. Yeah, many people abandon the game. Don't do that, guys. Just resign. Okay, game abandoned, as predicted. Okay, let's do a game review. Wow, we did it again, guys. So 91% of accuracy. I'm proud of this game. And I wasn't even thinking so much. But once you know the theory, you know, you make very smart, sensible moves. There is no reason to get too excited about it. So she's trying to win the game by bringing her queen out. That is too early in the game. And now she's lining up. She's going for this attack, which is not bad, to be honest. But there is no real or good continuation after this, right? Also pushing the pawns, that's a bit premature as well. Here I can go for the trade of knights. Hitting the bishop, I can just go back. That was perfectly okay. And the continuation, we saw it. So yeah, that was very good. We win the pawn here. We win the knight. I provoked this and actually saying, oh, it's a good move. I was expecting maybe an inaccuracy there. But okay, castling was fine as well, surprisingly. Perfect. Everything was good in this position. She hunt the rook, and now she hunt the queen. Yeah, this was complete disaster for white. Welcome back, everyone. For today's video, we continue with our speed run. We are now in the 700, and probably it's the same video. I still don't know because I'm confused about my own editing process, and I have videos that I haven't uploaded. Okay, they play d4. Let's play the symmetrical option. We're gonna go with d5. Here we can take the pawn, but there is more theory to know about this. We can actually take it at some point, but I'm gonna play one of the most solid lines, which is going to be putting the pawn on c6. This is called the Slav Defense. Okay, she's gonna develop the knight. I'm gonna do the same thing. Develop the knight, bishop out, e6, and then the bishop out. This is our plan. Okay, in this one, he made an inaccuracy because I can contest that pawn right away. I don't have to do it. So I'm gonna continue with my plan here. Bishop f5 is more accurate than bishop g4. Just because, well, if the knight was here, for example, he could hit my bishop, right? Let's imagine an imaginary knight here. So that was such a good phrase, an imaginary knight. I'm gonna get my other knight out and then play e6. Yeah, he's going for some weird pawn structure. I don't fully understand it, but I don't have to worry about it now. I'm just gonna get my pieces into place. And once I finish development, I can go for this idea of playing b6. So I'm gonna go b6, contesting the pawn right away. That's what I want to do, mess up with his pawn structure. So in this case, I can take, but I can also demonstrate how to play in close positions. So I'm gonna close this position. Okay, he doesn't want to close the position. He actually wants to take the pawn. So I'm gonna get my queen guarding the pawn here. If he takes, I take. Okay, so I'm gonna castle now. Probably it's gonna be hard to play on this side of the board. Maybe we could have some chances later. No, actually, I think I can go for e5. Yeah, e5. He takes. Yeah, my pieces are good, so I'm gonna play e5. The only problem he has in this position is that he has not developed this bishop. Other than that, this is still a good position for him, right? I think he blundered the pawn. He might have blundered the pawn. I can take 1, 2, 3 times, and he can take only twice. So I'm gonna take with the knight, keeping the bishop alive. And if he takes, I take. I can even choose to take with the pawn, for example, because so if I take here, he takes back. My pawn will be kind of loose at the end of this line, right? So I'm gonna take back with the pawn. We can check this with the computer later. And now I have easy access to this file, for example. What? No, that just blunders the bishop. So probably he miscalculated. And now he's blundering another pawn. I don't know why he would do this. I can take. I'm also trying to... I can play, for example, rook d8. My problem with taking here is that he has bishop f4. Right? And now I would have to... Okay, this requires a bit of calculation. Probably, I don't necessarily like this move. It might be playable, but he has this. And after I give a check, I don't have exactly here, right? He might have to move his king, for example. But at the end, what is this queen going? Where is this queen going? That's my question. Okay, you know what? Life is short, so I'm gonna go for it. Wait. I think I have actually a better move. I can take this pawn, or I can take here with the bishop. So I don't want to give him this piece activity. This is kind of my problem. So I'm just gonna take back with the take this pawn with the bishop. Right, I don't want to take with the queen. The knight will be hanging. So maybe my next move. Yeah, this might have required a bit of calculation. Probably it's possible. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, my bishop is already loose here, right? And I don't want to put other piece into risk. That's kind of the point here. Okay. So I'm gonna get my rook. Wait a second. I was gonna move here. He can take. Oh no, it's fine. So I'm gonna get my rook here in the same file as the queen. And next I can take the queen. Okay, yeah, that only blunders another pawn. Because after I take, I can take here. Okay, I can just take back. And this is winning for black. Right, this is the move I was predicting. But curiously enough, this time is possible. First, my queen is not even on that diagonal. And second, once I take this pawn, where do you put the queen? So I'm gonna take. If he takes, I just take the queen. If he doesn't move, I can give a check here. And now his king is in trouble. Right, so he's moving the queen. I'm gonna give a check anyway. He has to move the king now. And possibly have a mating net or a mating combination. I can move my knight here. And this double check, so this is checkmate. Okay, so that was easy. Let me do a game review. Probably missed some moves. Okay guys, so I was really curious about this move. and it's completely fine, right? After bishop f4, I can give a check. The king has to move to the corner. I wasn't sure about this though. But yeah, the best move according to the computer is to go to the corner, and now I can just move my queen back. The game continues and everything is good, no risk. But okay, yeah, next the game went pretty smoothly and I had this winning combination where he actually is supposed to take this knight, right? Just to save the game, to continue the game. But okay, we give a checkmate and it was really sweet. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna put together the two videos where I play the Slav Defense. I think they're really educational and one of the most solid openings to play for black. So I will see you in the next one and take care.